ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शिवसमारम्भाम्
आचार्यमध्यमाम्
मध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे
ॐ
परम्पराम्
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं
सत्यं
करवावहै
करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु
ॐ
मा
शान्ति
विद्विषावहै
शान्ति
शान्तिः
शान्तिः.
शान्तिः शान्तिः
So we had completed the fifth section, the Shashtakhanda, and now we are on the fifth Shashtakhanda. We are on the sixth section now. So that we will read. I'll break up the words for you as we read. So let's try to read it out. Please unmute yourself. We will read the four mantras of the sixth section. Agnite padam vakta iti
अग्निष्टे पादं
निष्टिपादं वक्ते
वक्तेति
इति
सहस्वभूते गाः
सहस्रभूते
सहस्रवदनेका
गाः
अभिप्रस्थाय पपयां चकाराताः
विप्रस्थाय
अभिप्रस्थाय चकार
यत्र अभिसायं बभूवुः
यत्र
यत्राभिसायं
अभिसायं
बभूवुः
बभूवुः
तत्र अग्नि उपसमाधाय गाः
तत्र
तत्राग्नि
अग्नि
उपसमादाय
समाधाय गाः
उपरुद्य समीदम् आधाय पश्चात्
उपरुद्य
वरुध्यः
समीपमादाय
समीपम् आधाय पश्चात्
अग्नेः प्राक् उपविवेशः
अग्नेः
अग्नि प्राक्
उपविश्य
विवेश
तम् अग्नि अभ्युवाद
अग्नि अभ्युपाद
सत्यकामिति
सत्यकामिति
इति भगवः इतिह प्रतिशुश्राव
इति भगवतीह प्रतिष्ठाः
प्रतिशोषाव
ब्रह्मणः सौम्येते पादं रवाणि इति
ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
सौम्यते
सौम्यते
पादं
पादं
ब्रह्माणि
भवानीति
ब्रवीतु मे भगवान् इति तस्मै उवाच
ब्रवीतु मे भगवानिति
भगवानिति तस्मै
तस्माच्च
उवाच
पृथिवी कला अन्तरिक्षं कला द्यौ कला
पृथिवी
पृथिवी
कला
कला
अन्तरिक्षं कला
अन्तरिक्षकला द्यौ
द्यौ
कला
समुद्रः कला एष वै सौम्य चतुष्कलः
समुद्रकलैष
समुद्रकलौ
वै
सौम्यचतुष्कलः
चतुष्कलः
चतुष्कलः पादब्रह्मणः
चतुष्कलः
चतुष्कलः
पादब्रह्मणः
पादब्रह्मणः
अनन्तवान् नाम
अनन्तवान्
अनन्तवान् नाम
सः यः एतम् एवं विद्वान्
स
स
यः एतमेवं विद्वान्
एतद्विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः अनन्तवान् इति
चतुष्कलः
पादं
पादं
ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
अनन्तवान्
अनन्तवानिति
इति
उपासते अनन्तवान् अस्मिन् लोके भवति
उपासते
उपासते
अनन्तवान् लोके भवति
अस्मिन् लोके
अनन्तवत् अनन्तवतः यः लोकान् जयति
अनन्तवत् लोकान् जनयति
यः एतम् एवं विद्वान्
यः
यः
एतमेव विद्वान्
एतद्विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः अनन्तवान् इति उपासते
चतुष्कलं
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणम्
अनन्तवानिति
अनन्तवान्
उपासते
उपासते
So we are back with Satyakama. Do you remember what he was doing? What was
Yes,
Satyakama doing
he had taken out the cows for grazing
for
and
grazing?
said that
The
when they
bull was
come back.
Okay. So in the last class at nightfall, he had gone to sleep, and now next morning he got up. So he says he got up and he started his journey towards his guru's house, which was where he was going, right, with all the cows. And of course, the place was far away, so he would not reach immediately. So when night fell, he tied up the cows, did all his nitya and then sat down. So Agni Devata now comes. And Agni comes and says, I will teach you Chatushkala Dvitiya Padaha. So what are the kalas? Kalas are the parts, the aspects. So that he is telling here. Prithvi Kalaha. The Bhuloka is one part. Antariksham Kala. The Bhuvarloka, that is the intermediate space between Bhuloka and Bhuvarloka. That is called Antariksham Loka. That is the second part. Dhyau Kalaha. Dhyau means Swargaloka. So that is the third part. And Samudra Kalaha. The ocean is the fourth part. So we should not forget that this is all what Virat Upasana. He is giving us how Virat is to visualized. And this pada is called Anantavan Pada. What is the phalam of this Upasana? So he says Anantavan Asmin Loke Bhavati. He will become Anantavan, limitless in this loke. Asmin Loke Anantavan Bhavati. He will become limitless in this loka. He will have no limits as far as his intellect is concerned, his wealth is concerned, his fame is concerned. He will be the most famous person, most well-known person while he is alive. And after death, what happens? Anantavatoha lokan jayat. He goes to the upper lokas. Anantavataha lokan. So his upper lokas are also limitless. So with this Dvitiya Pada is over, Dvitiya Pada Upasana is over, and Agni tells him that tomorrow morning, the next day morning, the third Pada will be taught by Hamsaha. And of course, you have to supply that. After it's over, he went to sleep. So now we are on the Saptakhandaha, the seventh Khanda. So we will chant. Saptakhanda will also chant the four mantras. So please unmute yourself. Saptakhandaha. Hansate padam vakta iti.
हंसते
हंसते
पादं
पादं
वक्त्रायति
सह सह श्वभूते गाः
सः श्वभूतेगाः
अभिप्रस्थापापयां चकार
अभिप्रस्थायाञ्चकार
ताः यत्र अभिसायं बभूवुः
ताय अत्र अभिसायं बभूव
तत्र अग्निम् उपसमाधाय गाः
तत्र अग्निम् उपसमाय घायाः
उपरुद्य समीधम् आधाय पश्चात्
उपरुध्य समीधम् आधाय पश्चात्
अग्नेः प्राक् उपविवेश
अग्नेः प्राक् उपपविवेश
तं हंसः उपनिपत्य
तं
तं
हंस
हंस उपनिपत्य
उपनिपत्य
अभ्युवाद सत्यकामिति
अभ्यवाद
अभ्युवादसत्यकामिति
सत्यकामिति
भगवः इति ह प्रतिशुश्राव
भगवः
भगवः
इति
इति प्रतिशुश्रावः
ब्रह्मणः सौम्यते पादं ब्रवाणि इति
ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
सौम्यते पादं ब्रह्मवानिति
ब्रवीतु मे भगवान् इति
ब्रवीतु मे
ब्रवीतु मे
भगवान् इति
भगवानिति
तस्मै ह उवाच
तस्मै
तस्मै ह उवाच
अग्निः कला सूर्यः कला चन्द्रः कला विद्युतः
अग्निः
अग्निः
कला
कला
सूर्यः
सूर्यः कला चन्द्रः कला विद्युतः
कला एष वै सौम्य
कला
कला एष वै सौम्य
चतुष्कलपादब्रह्मणः ज्योतिष्मान्नाम
चतुष्कलपाद ब्रह्मणो ज्योतिष्मन् नाम
ज्योतिष्मान्
सह यः एतम् एवं विद्वान्
सः यः
एतदेवं
एतमेवं
विद्वान्
विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः
चतुष्कलं पादं
चतुष्कलं
ब्रह्मणः
पादं ब्रह्मणः
ज्योतिष्मान् इति उपासते
ज्योतिष्मानिति उपासते
उपासते
ज्योतिष्मान् अस्मिन् लोके भवति
ज्योतिष्मान्
ज्योतिष्मानस्मिन्
अस्मिन्
लोके
लोके
भवति
भवति
ज्योतिष्मतः लोकान् जयति
ज्योतिष्मतः
ज्योतिष्मतो
लोकान्
लोकान्
जयति
जयति
यः एतम् एवं विद्वान्
य एतम् एवं
एतम् एवं
विद्वान्
विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः ज्योतिष्मान् इति उपासते
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
ज्योतिष्मानिति
ज्योतिष्मानिति
उपासते
उपासते
So that is the seventh kanda. It's almost, as you can see, the words themselves, the mantras themselves are very similar. So what it says is, next morning, Satyakarma got up and resumed the journey to go to his Kruzashram. And the whole day he got supplied, they went on and the cows grazed and so on. And at night, when night came, at nightfall, he tied up the cows, did all his Nitya karma, and then sat down waiting for Hamsa to teach him. So Hamsa comes and Hamsa says, Chatushkala Tritiya Pada, I will teach you. The third quarter, which of the four, right? Chatushkala means four parts of that. Tritiya Pada, I will teach you. What is Hamsa? So don't take it as a swan. So Shankaracharya says that Hamsa has to be taken as Surya Devata. And what are the kalas he teaches? Agni Kalaha, Surya Kalaha, Chandra Kalaha, Vidyuta Kalaha. All are Jyotis, all are lights. Agni, Surya, Chandra, and Vidyuta. And therefore, since all are Jyotis, the name of this particular pada is what? Jyotishman. That is there in the mantra. So this he has to meditate in this manner. And what is the phalam? Asmin loke Jyotishman bhavati. He becomes very famous, very radiant in this world. And after his death, what happens? Jyotishmato hi lokan jayati. After death, he attains the radiant world. Jyotishmata lokan he goes to, which is the upper lokas. Right? So this upasana is over. And then Hamsa, that is Surya Devata, tells him that now we'll go to sleep and tomorrow morning, Madguhu, he uses the word Madguhu, will teach you the next pada. Then he lay down to rest. So now we will read the eighth section, the Ashtama Khandaha. Please unmute yourself. It's almost very similar. You can recognize the words again. Madguhu de padam vakta iti
मद्भुते पादं
पादं
वक्ति
भक्त इति
सहस्वभूते गाः
सह
सहस्वे
हस्वे भूते
भूते
गाः
गाः
अभिप्रस्थापयां चकारताः
अभिप्रस्थापयाञ्चकारता
यत्र अभिसायं बभूवुः
यत्र
यत्र अभिसायं
अभिसायं
बभूवुः
बभूवुः
तत्र अग्निम् उपसमाधाय गाः
तत्र
तत्र अग्नि
अग्निसमाधाय
उपसमाधाय गाः
गाः
उपरुद्य समितुम् आधाय पश्चात्
उपरुद्ध समिधम् आदाय
समाधायं पश्चात्
पश्चात्
अग्नेः प्राक् उपविवेश
अग्नेः
अग्नेः प्राक् उपविवेश
प्राक्
तन्मद्गुः उपनिपत्य अभ्युवाद
तन्मद्गुरु
मद्गुः
उपपत्य अभ्युवाद
सत्यकाम इति
सत्यकाम इति
सत्यकाम इति
भगव इतिह प्रतिशुश्राव
भगव
भगव
इति
इतिः प्रतिशुश्राव
प्रतिशुश्राव
ब्राह्मणः सौम्यते पादं ब्रवाणि इति
ब्रह्मणः सोमस्य पादं
पदं
भगवानिति
भगवानिति
ब्रवीतु मे भगवानिति
ब्रवीतु मे
ब्रवीतु
ब्रवीतु
मे
भगवानिति
तस्मै उवाच प्राणः कलाचक्षुः
तस्मै
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 होवाच
होवाच
प्राणः
कलाचक्षुः
कलाचक्षुः
कलाश् कलाश्रोत्रं कलामनः कला एष वै
कलाश्रोत्रं
कलाचक्रोत्रं
कलामनः
कलामनः
कलेश वै
कलाय कलामनां कलेश
एष एष वै सौम्यचतुष्कालपादब्रह्मणः आयतन्वान्नाम
एष वै
एष वै
सौम्यचतुष्कलपादब्रह्मणः
सौम्यचतुष्कलपादब्रह्मणः
आयतनवान्नाम आयतनवान् नाम
आयतनवान् नाम
नाम
सह यः एतम् एवं विद्वान् चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः
स यः
य
एतमेवं
एवं
एतमेवं
विद्वान्
विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं
चतुष्कलं
पादं
पादं
ब्रह्मणः
ब्रह्मणः
आयतनवान् इति उपासते
आयतनवानिति
आयतनवानति
उपासते
उपासते
आयतनवान् अस्मिन् लोके भवति
आयतनवानस्मिन्
आयतनवानस्मिन्
लोके
लोके
भवति
भवति
आयतनवतः लोकान् जयति
आयतनवतः
आयतनवतः
जयति लोकान्
लोकान्
जयति
जयति
य एतम् एवं विद्वान्
य
य
एतम्
एतमेवं
एवम् एवं
विद्वान्
विद्वान्
चतुष्कलं पादं ब्रह्मणः आयतनवान् इति उपासते
चतुष्कलं
चतुष्कलपादं
पदं
ब्रह्मण
आयतनवानिति
आयतनवानिति
उपासते
उपासते
The story continues. They go to sleep. Then he gets up in the morning and he continues the journey towards his guru's ashram. When night falls, he ties up the cows, does all his nitya karma, and then sits down in front of the fire. Then Mrit comes. Mrit the literal meaning is Jala Pakshi. Okay, water bird. He says, I will teach you the fourth pada. What is this water bird? So basically, Shankaracharya says Madguhu means the Prana Devata. And what is the logic? We will see that why is Prana Devata called Madguhu? Because nothing is ever done without a logic. Some sort of a logic will always be there. And this logic we will see much later in the sixth chapter, where there's more discussion on this. But for now, Madguhu is a Jalapakshi, water bird, right? And prana is associated with water. How and why we will see in sixth chapter. So just remember that for the time being, Madguhu is the Jalapakshi, the water bird. It's called so because it's associated with water. And therefore, Prana Devata being associated with water, Shankara says Madguhu should be taken as Prana Devata, right? And therefore, what are the four kalas? Prana kala, Chakshu kala, Shrotram kala, Mana kala. Kalaha means what? Parts, aspects. Prana kalaha, Chakshu kalaha, Shrotram kalaha, Mana kalaha. I am not translating. I hope all of you all, being advanced students, would not need any translations for the simple words. If you do, please stop me and ask. Okay. Now this pada has a name. By now, since you have seen all the mantras being very similar, you should be able to tell me what is the name of this pada.
Ayatanavan.
Ayatanava. Right. What does ayatanam mean?
container, receptacle, bhogayatanam.
Well,
Can we say that? Like
you can take it as a house is
residence.
basically a support, right? It's a place of support. So ayatanam can be taken as support. And if you look at the kalas, prana kala, chakshu kala, srotram kala, mana kala, all these are supporters of Jiva's life. And therefore, ayatanavan is the ashrayavan. It is basically the supporter for these functions. And this is the manner in which you should worship Virat, using these four kalas, visualizing these four kalas. What is the phalam? Asmin loke ayatanaman bhavati. Right? So he will always have some sort of ayatanam, a house in this world to go back to. And not only that, what happens after death? Ayatanavataha lokan jayati. He will go to all those worlds where he will always have a house. So this a good upasana. You don't have to buy a house. You'll always get a house wherever you go. Right? Now, by saying that pranakalaha, chakshukalaha, srotram kalaha, manakalaha, what is the indication? All this is internal or external? Pranaha, chakshu, srotram, manaha.
Internal.
It's all
Internal.
adhyatma, right? And who is being worshipped? Ishvara is being worshipped. Virat Ishvara is being worshipped. Again, indicating that the usage of these words basically is to tell you that Ishvara is adhyatmam to you also. Remember the previous ones were all adibhutam. So this is adhyatma upasana. The earlier ones were adibhutams. Right. So the four padas are all over. And then we have to supply what? Satyakama practiced all these upasanas all the way going to the ashrama, the Gurukula. And finally he reached there. Okay, so this is all we supply. Okay. Now we look at the ninth khanda. Again, we will read three mantras. So, prapha acharya kulam tam
Prapah
प्रापहाचार्यकुलं तम्
acharya abhyuvada satyakama iti
Acharya
आचार्य
Abhyuvad
अभ्युवाद
अभ्युवाद
सत्यकाम इति
सत्यकाम इति
bhagavah itiha pratishushrava.
Bhagavah
भगव
भगव
इतिः
इतिः
प्रतिशुश्राव
प्रतिशुश्राव
Pretty simple, you can understand, right? Prapaha acharya kulam tam. He reached the acharya's kula. Acharya abhyuvada satyakama iti. Acharya said satyakama. Pretty simple Sanskrit. Then Brahmavit eva vai somya bhasi. Oh, we read that. Brahmavit eva vai somya bhasi.
Brahmavid
ब्रह्मविद् इव वै सौम्य भासि
Kahanutva anushashasa iti.
हनुत्वा अनुशास
कहानुत्वनुशशा इति
Anye manushebhya iti.
Anye
अन्ये
Manushyebhya
अन्ये
मनुष्येभ्य
मनुष्येभ्य
इति
इति
Hapratikjagye bhagavan tu.
प्रतिज्ञे
अप्रतिज्ञे भगवान्
भगवतो
तु
Evamekame bruyat.
एवमेकामे
कामे ब्रूयात्
ब्रूयात्
Shrutam hi evame bhagwan drishabhya.
Shrutam hi evam
श्रुतं हि एव मे भगवान्
भगवत्
ऋषेभ्यः
ऋषिभ्य
Acharyadhi eva vidya vidita.
Acharya
आचार्यात् एव
आचार्यार्थैव
विद्या
विद्या
विदिता
विदिता
Sadishtham prapati iti.
साधिष्ठं
साधिष्ठं
प्राप्ति इति
प्रापत् इति
Tasmai ha etat eva uvacha.
Tasmai
तस्मै
तस्मै
एव एव
एतत्
उवाच
उवाच
Atra hana kinchan viyaya iti.
Atra
अत्र
अहन
न
किञ्चन विहाय
वियाय इति
इति
Yaya eti.
Viyaya
वियाय इति
वियायेति
Okay, vyaya eti is vyaya iti. Anyway, so prapaha acharya kulam. Acharya kulam prapa. Having reached the acharya's gurukulam. And if you see the original script, you will find acharya called Satyakama iti. Satyakama has got a three on top, small number three. So there is elongation. Satyakama, Satyakama. She's calling him. Acharya is saying Satyakama. And Acharya also says, Hey Somya, Brahmavid eva vaibhasihi. You are shining like a Brahmavid, like a Jnani. So Guru says that when you went, you were only a disciple. I had not taught you anything, but now you are shining like a jnani. So obviously somebody has taught you. Therefore, hey Satyakama, ko nutva anushasaseti. Who has taught you? So haha pratijagni. So pratijagni, Satyakama is talking to his Guru and saying, I have not learnt from any other human Guru. Hey Guruji, I have not gone to any other human Guru. What has happened? Anye manushyebhya iti. Somebody other than a manushya has taught me. Okay, so very clearly saying, it's an idea being conveyed very nicely that if you have chosen one guru, you shouldn't have any other guru. That one guru is all you should go to, right? So here by saying Anye manushyebhya iti, somebody other than a human being has taught me, he's saying, hey Guruji, I have not entered into a Guru Shishya Sambandha with anybody. I have not got the teaching in the traditional manner of Guru Shishya Sambandha. And Bhagavan Tveva me kame bruyat. So he says, Acharya thi eva vidya vidita sadishtham prapati. I have heard, he's saying, I have heard. And this is a very important mantra, of part of the mantra, very often quoted. Acharyat hi eva vidya vidita sadishtham prapati. The vidya learnt, the knowledge learnt from Acharya alone will be sadishtham, will bear fruit. That alone will cause a transformation. It's a very, very important statement. And therefore he says, Bhagavan, Tveva me kame bruyat. So please teach me, O Guru. So what has happened? Guru told him that you seem to have a lot of knowledge because you are shining. And Satyakama didn't deny it. He said, yes, Guruji, I have got knowledge, but it was not taught by a human being. It was taught to me by somebody else. And that we saw earlier, like they were all Devatas. And then he says that unless the Acharya teaches me the Vidya, I will not get the fruit of the Vidya. So whatever has been taught is fine, but please teach me that same thing again. And Tasmai Hetat Eva Uvacha. What is the name of the Guru? You must have forgotten by now. Sorry? What is the name of the student? Satyaka. What is the name of the Guru? Okay, forgot. Hari Drumata. Okay, Hari Drumata is the Guru. Tasmai Hetat Eva Uvacha. Therefore, to him, Satyakama, the Guru, Hari Drumataha, taught the same thing and na kinchana vyaya iti, without leaving anything out. Okay, so with this, the Hari Drumata Satyakama teaching episode is over. Which means what? Chatushkala Vishishta Chatushpada Brahma Upasanam has been completely taught. Because first the four Devatas taught him, and now a Guru taught him. Since his own Guru taught him, it will definitely bear fruit. Okay. Now we go to the 10th section. The 10th section is another famous Upasana, and it has got a particular name. Upakosala Vidya. Vidya here means Upasana. It's called Upakosala Vidya. Okay. So the 10th section we are going to read now. So please unmute yourself. Upakosala vai Kamalayana.
Upakosala
उपकोसलः वै
कोसलोह वै
कामलायनः
कामलायनः
Satyakame Jabale Brahmacharyam Uvasa.
सत्यकामे
काले
जाबाले
जाबाले
ब्रह्मचर्य उवास
ब्रह्मचार्यमुवास
Tasya Dvadasha Varshani.
तस्य
तस्य
तस्यः
द्वादश
द्वादश
वर्षाणि
वर्षाणि
Agreen Parichachara.
अग्नि
अग्निं
परिचचार
परिचचार
चार
Sahasma Anyan Antevasinaha.
सः
सः
सह
स्मान्यान्
अन्यान्
अन्तेवासिनः
अन्तेवासिनः
Samavartayantam Hasma.
समावर्तयन्
समान्तः
समावर्तयन्
स्म
स्तम्
समवर्तयन्तं हस्म
समवर्तयम्
समवर्तयम्
ए-
हस्म
एव न समवर्तयति.
एव न
एव न समवर्तयति
समवर्तयति
So the words are appearing different to you because you are looking at the sandhi, unbroken sandhi. Okay. Well, I'm breaking the sandhi for ease of understanding. So if you look at the words hard enough, you'll be able to see the break. So don't get confused. Okay, second mantra. Tam jaya uvacha
तं
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 जाया
जाय उवाच
tapta brahmachari kushalamagnin
ब्रह्मचारी
ब्रह्मचारी कुशलमग्नि
parichacharita
परिचचारित
परिचचारीत
ma tva agnayah paripravochan
मात्व्याग्नयः
अग्नयः
परिप्रवोचन्
परिप्रवोचन्
prabhuhi asmai iti
प्रभु
प्रभु
प्रभुः अस्मै
अस्मै
इति
इति
tasmaiha अप्रवोच्य
तस्मै
तस्मैः
इह
अप्रवोच्य
अप्रोच्य
एव प्रवासां चक्रे
एव
एव प्रवासं
प्रवासां
चक्रे
चक्रे
सह व्याधिना अनुषितुम्
सह
सः व्याधिना अनुषितम्
अनिशितुम्
व्याधिनानशितुम्
अनिषुप्
अनिषितुम्
तदनेतम् आचार्य जाया उवाच
तदग्रे
अग्रे तम् आचार्य
माचार्यजायोवाच
जाय उवाच
ब्रह्मचारि नशान् किं नून
ब्रह्मचारी
ब्रह्मचारिन्
ब्रह्मचारिणशान्
नूना
किम्
अश्नासि इति
अश्नासि
अश्नासीति
इति
सः उवाच
सः
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 उवाच
उवाच
बहवः इमे अस्मिन् पुरुषे कामाः
बहवः
बहवः अस्मिन्
पुरुषे
पुरुषे
कामाः
कामाः
नानातया व्याधिभिः
नानातया
नानातया
व्याधिभिः
प्रतिपूर्णः
प्रतिपूर्णः
अस्मिन् अशस्यामि इति
अस्मिन् अशस्यामीति
अतः अग्नयः समुदीरे
अतः अग्नयसमुदीरे
तप्तब्रह्मचारी कुशलम्
ब्रह्मचारी कुशलम्
नः पर्यचारीत
नः पर्यचारित
परिचारीत
हन्त अस्मै प्रभवाम
अन्त अस्मै
तस्मै
प्रभवाम
प्रभामा
प्रभ्रवाम
प्रब्रवाम
प्रब्रवाम
इति तस्मै उचु प्राणः
तस्मै
इति तस्मै उचु
प्राणः
प्राणः
ब्रह्मकं ब्रह्मकं ब्रह्म इति
ब्रह्मकं ब्रह्मकं ब्रह्म इति
इति
सः उवाच
सः उवाच
उवाच
जानामि अहं यत् प्राणः
विजानामि
जानामि अहं
प्राणः
यत् प्राणः
ब्रह्मकं चुतखं च
ब्रह्मकं
ब्रह्मकं
चतुर्थं
चतुर्थं
च
च
न न विजानामि इति
जानामिति
तेहु ऊचुः
देहुः
यत् वावकं तत् एवं खम्
यदावकं
आवकं
तदेव खम्
तद्वेखम्
यत् एव खं तत् एव कम्
यदेव खं
आवकं
तदेव खम्
तदेवकम्
इति प्राणं च अस्मै तत् आकाशं च ऊचुः
इति
इति प्राणं
प्राणं च अस्मै
तदाकाशं
तदाकाशं
चोचुः
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 So that is the five mantras of the 10th khanda. So let us see. So, as I said, this is another set of upasanas, a very famous one called Upakosala Vidya. And why is it called Upakosala Vidya? Not because the teacher is Upakosala, but the Shishya's name is Upakosala. And the guru is who? Satyakama Javala. Who was Satyakama Javala? The Shishya of the last story. Okay. So, since he has been taught properly by his guru in the last section, he has graduated. He has now become a guru. Okay. The first three mantras is this story. So, Satyakama Javala, ashram is there. So, Upakosala comes to the ashram of Satyakama Javala. Right. So, Satyakama Javala has now become a grihastha. So Brahmacharyam Uvasa Tasya Dwadasha Varshani. So this person, he led a life of a brahmachari for 12 years. Tasya Dwadasha Varshani Brahmacharyam Uvasa. Who led for 12 years? We should not lose track. Who is the student?
Upakausala.
Upakosala.
Upakosala has led the life of brahmachari for 12 years after coming to the ashram, right? And Antevasinaha means he is a student, a resident in the Gurukula. So normally in the Gurukulam, what happens? You come at 9 years or 10 years or whatever, and you 10, 11, 12 years you study and then you go. So here the period is what? Dwadasha Varshani, 12 years. So after 12 years of study, what happened? The other students were allowed to leave. And this is what is meant by the word Samavartanam. Samavartanam is the what is it? It's a ceremony where when you complete your study at the ashram, it's like your graduation ceremony when you finish college, right? So Samavartanam is the graduation ceremony. And after Samavartanam only, Samavartanam is what? Brahmacharya ashram completion. And unless your Samavartanam is there, you cannot go to the next ashram, which can be either Grihastha or Sannyasa or whatever, right? So after 12 years of study, the Samavartanam ceremony took place for all the students excepting Upakosala. How do we know? Tamha smaiva na samavartayati. Upakosala was not allowed to participate in that graduation ceremony. Right. And then Tam Jaya Uvacha. Tam is who? Tam refers here to Satyakama Ba. So the Guru. So Tam Jaya, Jaya is the wife. So Guru's wife says, Uvacha said, Tapto Brahmachari Agnin Kushalam Parichacharita. Upakosala has Agnin Kushalam Parichacharita, has tended the fires and all very nicely. Has done proper tapas. Therefore, why should you hold him back? You should let him graduate. Now, to understand the next portion, we have to have a little background. So, when a person got married in those days, and he came back from the wedding pandal, I've told you many times, he carried the fire of the pandal with him and came back. And with that fire, he is supposed to light a fire in his house. That fire is called Karya Patya Agni. Karya Patya Agni. Right? So the Grahastha has to light this fire the day he comes home after marriage. And that fire has to be maintained 24 by 7 throughout his life. That fire can be given up, can be put out only under two conditions. One is he dies, and his funeral pyre is to be lit from the same Garyapatya Agni. After that, the Garyapatya Agni in the house is to be shut down. Or in case he takes sannyasa, then also the Garyapatya Agni is no longer necessary because sannyasa doesn't have any rituals. That is why, for a sannyasi, I don't know if you all know, most of the places, traditional places, for a sannyasi, there is no cremation. It's always either you buried or given to the waters, Jala. Jala Samadhi, Prithvi Samadhi. Normally, Agni Samadhi is not there. So this, the what is the reason? Because this Karyapatya Agni is meant for purifying the Jiva. So Grihastha has to be purified daily by doing this Karyapatya Agni. And when he dies, that is the final purification. The body is given back to Karyapatya Agni, the fire lit from Karyapatya Agni. In case of a sannyasi, why is this Agni not necessary? Why does he need to be purified? Because if the Karyapatya Agni is being given up, then obviously the sannyasi is also a Jivatma, right? How is he to be purified? Shastra says he doesn't need to be purified because the fire of Jnana Agni has already purified him. And therefore, he need not be doing this ritual daily, maintaining the Agni, or even going for cremation. Right? Now, during the lifetime of the Grahastha, he has to do many, many rituals. And traditionally, for different rituals, there were different fires. All the fires for every ritual, it is finally kindled from Karyapatya Agni only. So, two of the rituals there are which are famous. They are done in Agnis which have different names. You have Avaniya Agni is one, and Dakshinaha Agni is another. And therefore, when Guru's wife says Agnim Kushalam Parichacharit, he has served the Agnis very well. She is saying that this uh, three Agnis which are there in our house. Why are they in the house? Because Satyakama Jabala was a Grihastha. So three Agnis are there always. Garyapatya Agni, Avaniya Agni, and Dakshina Agni. And when the Guru's wife said that the Upakosala has looked after his Agnis very nicely, she meant he has looked after these three Agnis, Garyapatya, Avaniya, and Dakshina Agni. He has done a very good job. He has taken care of them. Therefore, why don't you let him graduate? Okay. But the Acharya did not listen. Satyakama, he went away on his journey without teaching Upakosala. Okay. Then it says, Saha Vyadhina Anushitum Dagne. Upakosala was very deeply depressed. Vyadhi. So Vyadhi normally means illness. So here you can take a mental illness. He was depressed. And Anushitum, he did not eat also. So the Guru's Patni, the Guru wife, came to Upakosala and said, Kim nu Nashnasi, Nashnasi iti. Why are you not eating? So Upakosala tells her that he has many desires, his mind is disturbed. The desire for jnanam is there, and that has not been completed because Guru has not taught him fully. How do you know not taught him fully? Because he did not allow him to graduate. And Upakosala does not know when the Guru will come back. So he is a bit disturbed. And his mind is disturbed. So he tells that. Now what happens? The three Agni Devatas, Karyapata Agni Devata, Avani Agni Devata, and Dakshina Agni Devata, they decide that they will teach Upakosala. Okay. Now in his commentary, Shankara adds a note. He says that Satyakama deliberately went away without teaching Upakosala because he wanted Upakosala to be taught by the three Agnis. Why did Satyakama think this? The intention was very noble. But why did Satyakama think this?
Because Satyakama himself learned it first before a non-human entity.
Excellent. Because Satyakama himself was taught by the Devatas. And therefore, this is the indication that Satyakama thought that Upakosala was an outstanding student. And therefore, he should be taught by the Devatas first, Agni Devatas first. And then when he came back, he would teach. That was the understanding. Okay. In the last two mantras, Then it says what the Agnis did. So three Agnis had a internal meeting, internal conference in today's management terms, and they said Tapto Brahmachari. He said this. They said this Brahmachari Upakosala has done a lot of tapas. Okay, some commentators also add Tapto Brahmachari can have another meaning. Taptaha can mean being burnt, being disturbed in the mind. Manatapaha, right? So some commentators say that the three Agnis recognized that Upakosala was very disturbed in mind, and therefore they said, let us teach him. Okay. So there are two upasanas. One is Hiranya Garbha Upasana and one is Antaryami Upasana. So if to distinguish between them, we can call Hiranyagarbha Upasana as Karya Brahma Upasana and Antaryami Ishvara Upasana as Karana Brahma Upasana. Why are these two different names given?
Antaryami is the Karana for Hiranyagarbha.
Antaryami is
From
the
the
Karanam for Hiranyagarbha. So Antaryami is Ishvara, that is Karana Brahman, and Hiranyagarbha is Karya Brahman. Right. So Tasmai Ha Uchuhu Prano Brahmaha. So prana is Brahman. I should see the very life principle in me. What is my life principle? The prana. My prana is the life principle. I am breathing. That is why I am alive. Therefore, tasmaiha uchuhu. You should think of that prana in you as Brahman. So remember, prana here is samashti pranaha. Karya Brahma. So Hiranyagarbha is Karya Brahma. And therefore, this Upasana, Prana Upasana, it is called, but it is Karya Brahma Upasana. Prana in the form of Karya Brahma is of from Hiranyagarbha. And very famous lines, Kam Brahma, Kam Brahma. Different curse, okay? Kam Brahma, Kam Brahma. So Kam is Ananda. Kam is the word, the symbol Kam. It not the English Kam, okay? Ka with a dot on top. Kam means Ananda, happiness. And Kam, you all know. What does Kam mean?
Kham Vayu Buddhi Revacha.
Sorry?
Kham Vayu Buddhi Revacha.
What does Kam mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Space?
Agni.
Kam means Akasha. Okay,
Okay.
space.
I said space.
So Kam Brahma, Kam Brahma. Brahman is Kam. That is to happiness. Brahman is Ananda. And also Kam Brahma. Brahman is Akasha. Okay. So here the Agnis, you have to imagine. The Agnis will take a break over here and say, okay, any doubts? Like I ask you, any doubts? Agni Vedanta also said, any doubts? So Sahovacha Upakosala said, Vijani aham yat pranaha. I have understood that prana is Brahman. Brahmakam chatukam chana vijanamiti. But this other section, other part of it, you have said three things, O Agni Devatas. One is that prana is Brahman. I should look upon prana as Brahman. I have understood. But what do you mean by Brahmakam and Brahmakam? I have not understood. Because how can this Akasha, which is an inert element, be Brahma? Or how can this come? Come is reflected happiness, limited happiness. How can that be Brahman? I have not understood. So Agni say that Yadeva kam Tadeva kam. Yadeva kam Tadeva kam iti. You can understand? Yadeva kam Tadeva kam. Whatever is come, that is itself come. And Yadeva kam Tadeva kam. Whatever is come, that is itself come. Very, very famous mantras, well worth remembering. Yadevakam tadevakam, yadevakam tadevakam iti. So, in his commentary, Shankara says that kam is normally understood as sukham. Sukham is basically, sukham is being talked about. Kam is normally understood as sukham. And when you say Sukham, normally an Ajnani understands it as Vishaya Sukham, happiness given by some object. And such a happiness is always finite and anitya. And therefore, when the Agni Devata said, Kam Brahma, they are trying to say that, they are trying to convey that it is the infinite happiness, not Vishaya Sukha. They are trying to say that Brahman is Atma Ananda, Brahma Ananda. But having used the word Kam to indicate happiness, Shankara says, by adding Kam, space, the Devatas were indicating that this happiness is like Akasha, infinite. And therefore, Kam Brahma taken together means it is infinite Brahmananda, infinite, limitless Ananda. And therefore, whenever you say Kam Brahma, remember that Kam, Kam is a noun indicating happiness, but Kam is a Visheshanam, is an adjective qualifying the noun Kam. I hope I'm making sense.
Ji.
Okay. Then the question is, why not just use Kam? Kam means space, which is limitless. What is the answer? If I just say Brahman is Kam, what is the possible misunderstanding? Kam is
Brahman is
space.
Akasha.
Alice?
That Brahman is Akasha.
It could be like Panchmahabhuta,
Hello.
and not that bliss. Bliss is not involved.
Right. So when you say Brahman is Kam, the misunderstanding can be that Brahman is infinite like Akasha. But Akasha is Jadam. And therefore, to eliminate this understanding, Kam has to be used. Because Kam is happiness. Happiness can be used only in association with a conscious entity. Therefore, these two have to be taken together. Kam Brahma, Kam Brahma. Both ways to understand. Kam is can be possibly misunderstood as limited, reflected happiness. And therefore, Kam is necessary to show that it is limitless. On the other hand, Kam, limitlessness of space, can be misunderstood as anatma. And therefore, Kam is necessary to show that the conscious part is also there. Brahman is limitless, conscious, Ananda, Brahmananda. And Kam Brahma iti. It's very, very famous Shruti Vakya. And says, may you meditate on such a Brahman, on this Kam Brahma, as the limitless Chaitanya Akasha, which is Brahmananda itself. So this is Karana Brahma Upasana. And Pranam cha hasmai tadakasham chochuhu. The three Agnis together got together and taught him Prana Brahma and Ishvara. In other words, Hiranyagarbha Upasana and Ishvara Upasana were both taught to him. Right? Remember that they are not independent upasanas. They are to be done together. That's when they are taught together, it means they have to be done together also. Now what will happen? Now, later on, Agni will come and will teach separately three more upasanas. Those three upasanas which Agni Devata is going to teach, they are not independent Angi upasanas. They are all part of this Hiranyagarbha Ishvara upasana. So they are all Anga upasanas only. So right now we have seen that Upakosala was taught by the Agni Devatas, the Hiranyagarbha Upasana and Ishvara Upasana. So Karya Brahma Upasana and Karana Brahma Upasana has been taught. And further, he will be taught the non-independent, dependent upasanas, which we call Anga Upasanas. All together will be part of Hiranyagarbha Ishvara Upasana. That we will see in the 11th section in the next class. Any questions?
Om sir. Tending to the Agni means like laying out the brakes, laying out the
Everything.
fuel, everything.
Whatever is necessary.
Everything that is in the Karma Kanda.
So with this, with this it was for the day. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadanam Evavashyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Shanti.
Om Tat Sat Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you for your patience.